Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Vertigo Duel between Wobulator playing a 6th East French. What? 6th easy? 6th going up against Jopemies playing as 15th Zedmech. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments in the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Jopemies, I think that's how you say it, and he is one of the very, very few people in the universe playing 15th Polish Zedmech. Maybe the only one, in fact, so I'm not sure how much insight I can give in terms of, like, how should you build this div, because it's just not a good div. And so it's hard to, I haven't played it that much because not only is it not that good, it's also really boring. Just because it's not too different from the other Polish divs. So I can offer some insight, but I couldn't give you, too much detailed, like, oh, you have to do it this way. So 2 cards of supply, expensive one, cheap one, 40-point CVs for the opener, 70-point CVs for later on. So yeah, you buy 2 of these at the start, right? Because 2 of these for the price of 1 of these, it's all good. 3 per card, 3 strength, AT smoke. This will be 2 per card, 7 strength, AT smoke. 4 per card, no AT, no smoke. 6 dudes with AT, no smoke. This is a nice squad. 8 men. I mean, the Komar is crap. It's just it comes up as green now. It used to be red. It doesn't mean it's any better. They just messed that up, and they can't be bothered fixing it. Basically, whenever they add a new unit, these colors are made automatically by a formula, depending on how many weapons are in the game in that AT range, right? So that the colors are manual, right? So the colors are automatic off what AT weapons are in the game, for example. So when they added the Erics, all the colours changed, and then they must have added something else because all the colours have changed again. All they would have to do is just add an imaginary AT weapon which isn't given to any squad, or it's given to a squad that's hidden somewhere, right? Which has like 30 pen. And it would just fix the whole thing again. I don't know what the formula is, and they could fix it by making 1 unit, but they don't care about these kinds of things. It just doesn't. I don't know, they have different priorities, I guess, right? They just assume that this sort of thing doesn't matter, so... After all these years, you've got a stat card which doesn't give you much useful information and just routinely lies to you. And that's the case for all their games. Interesting way to run a company. Anyway, 8 dudes, AT smoke, right? So you've got 5, 6, 7... Like, do you need 9 CVs instead of 8? Right? This is Mad Matt, by the way, I think. Because, yeah, that's 4, 6. Like, I think this is the best one. Oh, wait, no, it was this one. This is definitely not Mad Matt. I just feel like it's a better idea. Because you don't... it's not like you're struggling for CVs. Conkers, no vet SPG9. Would you rather have a no vet SPG9 or an unspeakable one? Although you don't have any MG teams. I think you need an MG team. I'd rather get an MG team than this. Because, yeah, I just don't see the point. But, like I said, it's more of a investigation. So 12 dudes with an SVD and 2 machine guns, so very high infantry power on this squad, and then you bring the military police to make them not regarded, and that's the point, because this only comes in this div, and, high HP military police. So that's the point of the div, kind of. Then you've got these Panzer Matrosen, who are a nice squad, but the RPG is only 500 meters. I'm not sure if you need 2 cards of those. And then we've got an AT team. Why exactly? I mean, these have 20 pen, but only 500 meters range. So do you really need this? And then, yeah, anti-infantry, this makes a bit more sense, but I'd probably get rid of that and put the PKM team in. And I'd be tempted to bring, BWP1 somewhere. But I understand, like, this is pretty nice, actually, for the price. I don't see why you would need 2 cards of these Panzer Matrosen guys, because this is your sort of fighting inf. like 2 of these for every 1 of these. So what do you need 10 of these guys for? I'd be tempted to bring the unspeakable ones. But, you know, I mean, I don't play the div and all this, and then you can get that Scott thing, and Common Dozy. Oh, yeah, do you not want 6 rocket helos? Is that not something that appeals to you? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, the mortars in this div, like, apparently they're really good, but I've got no clue, mate. This might shoot smoke. And then this is like a 160mm mortar. Apparently it's very, very nice. So you'd probably want... If this can shoot smoke, you'd obviously want this instead of this. Right? But I don't know if it can shoot smoke. And then there's no point bringing the Gvozdikas anymore. Or there never was, really. Because for points less... You got to think about the transport, right? So for 30 points less, you get twice the availability, and it shoots further. So it's better. Right? So why wouldn't you want this? I don't know. I mean, obviously then you've got these mortars, which I don't know how these perform now, because that's the one off 56Y, if you recall. We don't know what it's like, so... Like I said, it's more of an investigation. T55Us, yeah, let's put a T55U in and make it exactly the same as a T55A. The reason it's minus 5% is because Reservist is minus 5% accuracy. Conkers thingy, coffin launchers, tanks that work, tanks that don't really work. Honker Reese to go at 120. Formosa with the Iglas. It's a shame they don't get that powered grenade launcher, but, you know, nothing ever happens. Apparently we need 3 cards of infantry AT, 3 cards of infantry recon. Does that make sense? You've already got 7. Do you really need another bunch? Which one do you want? Do you want the exceptional optics or do you want the better gun? It's up to you, really. It's not like you're a tank div, so it's not like you really need the exceptional optics. If you're going to bring this, it should be a 1-vet. Simple as. This is for going around the sides, I guess. Also for kind of mainline combat. Got 2 AP left. Okay, that's your only choice. Lots of planes. Lots of planes. I mean, what's the point in this? So if you want to kill a helo, you've got this and these. So what do you really need this one? I mean, it strikes me as a little superfluous. That's a big payload, but you've already got a rocket plane. I'd probably sack that off. Then you've got 5 AP, right? And then you can come back here and, you know, maybe 2-vet that and get another card or something. And then you've got 2 AP. And then you can get those guys if you really want them, but I don't really see the point. The alternative would be to get, like, up-vet these and get the Shilker or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So it's obviously up to you. I don't really play the div. I don't think it's very good, but yeah, you know, if you really want some more infantry recon, there's nothing too wrong about that. That's a very interesting squad, actually. Wow. Which one was he bringing? Was it this one? I think it was this one because of the better AT. That's a very interesting squad for like just having recon absolutely everywhere. It's worth thinking about. This is the same, but like less recon everywhere. At which point maybe you could get rid of a card of infantry, because like how much infantry do you really need? But yeah, 6 rocket helos, probably more useful than 5 extra Panzer Matrosen. I don't really see the appeal of this, but, you know, there it is. If you got rid of that, you'd have 2 AP, and then what? Who knows? Like I said, I don't play this div. It's not very good. His opponent, Wobulator, playing 6 easy, which is a very fun div to play, actually. And it's competitively viable. Basically, wheeled tanks going everywhere, being a pain in the arse. Very, very funny. Be tempted to swap out the LGBTs for the HE and the cluster, because they're only 1 per card, and now you've got 4 more planes. Do you not like having 4 more planes? Well, okay, you got 2 more planes. My bad. Gazelle Cannon should be at 2 vet because it makes them very, very powerful in the opener at killing transports at the start. Yeah, okay. Don't know why I'm going through it backwards, but... So, like, this is your I need to look. Okay, well, this is I need to fight, so this should be at 1 vet. Eclairs versus Legion Eclairs. It's probably not worth it if you just need to look, right? You don't need to fight, so... Not really enough tanks here at all. You'd like 2 vetting them when they die in 1 hit and all this, and you've only got 2 cards. I'm not sure that's a good idea, really. Yeah, I probably won't be doing that. This is the old way of thinking. This does not scale these days. Does not scale. Because like this is going to die to counter battery, so there's no point just having 2 of those at 1 vet. It's the old way of thinking. So you could bring like 4 of them, or you could bring 2 of them down vetted and get like you don't have any smoke mortars. It's kind of weird. You don't want smoke mortars. The towed ones are better than the self-propelled ones now. But yeah, the point is that your artillery doesn't just you buy it once and it lives the whole game now. Now it dies, so you kind of need more than 2 up-vetted howitzers. Do you not get Milan once? No, you don't. Be tempted to get the Amphi, right? Like, if the first 10 Legionnaires don't work, you know, you got the next 2 stage events, look. You really need some cheaper infantry. Do you really want your cheapest infantry to be 90 points? Right, so you can get Escorte PC for 60. Or, you know, even just the Anfis, because, sorry, the 762 teams, because this is, you know, it is infantry, and it pads it all out, which is what you want. Yeah, 2 cards of supply. To know about this though, man, I mean, you need tanks. Like, do you not want... Like, only having 8 is really low. So at the very least, I'd down vet those. But you can 2 vet them if you start bringing this or something. So these are 1 point slots, so is it really worth... You know, so 5 infantry is like, you could even get rid of this, and although I really do think playing without these teams is a complete waste of time. You just don't have the width. You just do not have the width. And, you know, you could... So that's 15. Okay, now it's 14. And now you can... Hey, and you can 2-vet those again, and look at that. Now you got 6 more tanks. They got the max range gun. They're at 2-vet. You know, I feel like that's a better shout than what was happening before, frankly. Is it worth losing 6 tanks for 2-vet infantry? I mean, depends how you play the div, right? Maybe, you know, you can play it wrong if you want. So, with that out of the way, Vertigo, we've been over this a million times. There used to be a zone here. There used to be a zone here. We asked for a zone here and a zone here, and they simply moved this zone there and this zone there. And so now you fight over this lane, whereas before you fought over this lane. They just need to add a zone there and a zone there, because basically there's just more available here than there is here. And so it tends to be that most of the fighting happens here because you can push through to Ivan. The map is hilariously one-sided, that's why I don't like it. I don't mind open ground combat, especially given, like, this didn't used to be here, neither did this, or these, or this. It was just a big field, and I don't think this was here either. It might have been, I can't remember. It might have been. So yeah, there was just a big field, and that was obviously dumb. But I like it. The main thing I don't like is how one-sided it is. Blue has a huge advantage. They've got a nice hill here, which makes Boris basically impossible to lose. Also, from here, they can shoot the enemy spawn, right? The enemy reinforcement road. From here, they can shoot the enemy reinforcement road. Whereas, you know, the nice fallback hill, Paul's basically untakeable. I mean, it does happen, but it's rare. And, yeah, if red were to get to here, well, you know, blue can still get in. If red gets to here, blue can still get in. But if red takes mid, they can shoot down here. So if you got a Conkers or something, that matters. If it's like a Milan, it doesn't really reach. Or it does, but it's like it doesn't have time to get there and stuff like that because it doesn't fire from far enough away. Whereas the Conkers is just more than 2.5k, which is more than the outer ring, so it'll start firing here. Whereas the Milan will start firing about here, so they tend to get through. It's still possible, it's just less cool. Also, you know, blue from here, they can cut this reinforcement road out, and so on, so very one-sided. In terms of the division, 60 should clean this up really easily. It's just the way Wobulator's built the div is not great, not enough tanks, basically, too much infantry. And LGBTs instead of HE and cluster bombers, so limited on the air, but red doesn't get good AA. Oh, well, no, it gets incredible ASFs, but the ground-based stuff, you don't get cubs, so... You don't see a lot of this div because it sucks. So, looking at the deployments, we got the double crap opener. That's not a good idea. These guys will beat you there, as will the Formosa. No, what is this? That's 90. Yeah, but this is 90, right? But the ROSB things, they'll beat you there. I like the Dinops, but no Dinops in this deck. Another crap for mid. I guess this just stems from a lack of understanding. I believe Wobulator does not understand what is in Red's deck. These are not going to get there first, so depending on... Yeah, they shouldn't do. They shouldn't. The Honker should beat them out quite easily, actually. We'll see. And then a bunch of AMX 10RCs. You can't use the Helo opener with the Gazelles. So like this, yeah, the reason you put it there is so it can shoot down the road, right? I mean, you don't want it that close, though, because an AT here can still shoot you, so you want to do that further back. Right, like here. Something like that. It's an approximation, so... yeah, it's an approximation. Like here, you can still shoot there. 2 recon helos. It's a lot of recon. And we're going for Dimitri, apparently. Okay. And 1 CV for Paul Boris. But yeah, there's like no AA here, and these are going very aggressively. Like, you might just lose Boris. I guess the idea is, well, nobody will ever go for that because it's so easy to defend. At which point, you know. Switching to their opponent's deployment, we got Jopemies playing as 15th ZMech. So we got an Igler. Yeah, the Formosa guys, they're like Proto SAS. It would have been great if they had the grenade launcher, like in the other game, Red Dragon, but no fun allowed in Warno. Some historian will talk you to death, and you'll be dead. So Formosa, I mean, it's got everything a man needs to, you know, shoot people, I suppose. Anti-air, anti-tank, anti-infantry. Another one here. The Honkers will overtake the Formosas, basically. So yeah, getting those round. 1 coffin launcher and 1 cheapo CV, and then only 1 cheapo CV because the other guys are conkers for here. This can fire the max range, so actually this card is good against the legions because what the SB ones, the Sublindes, they've got 4 armor, and this one-shots them. But you only get 1 card of these, so you gotta be... I'm pretty sure you get like 5 of these, so... Or 4 at 1 vet. Is that right? We'll see. And then, yeah, some more stuff, so let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. Generously joiner in the channel, they get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members-exclusive videos. Over 3/4 of channel revenue comes from the generous channel joiners. Ad revenue on YouTube is basically crap. That's why... like all YouTubers have some Patreon or something. It's not greed, it's just the ad revenue is just terrible, like, unless you get millions and millions of views. At which point it's still kind of bad for how many views you're getting, but it's, you know, it's obviously you can live off it at that point. So, as you can see, the Honker is overtaking, and I suppose they sort of got there at the same time. Okay, interesting. I guess they're not at max vet, right? And... yeah, you'd expect the crap to just kill that now, and there it goes. The transport died. This could try and get to there, so it can shoot the Legion, right? Legion should just smoke, but... and as you can see, this Milan can just shoot down here. It's just a hilariously imbalanced map. It's really unfortunate. These are not as good as you might think. I mean, they're obviously nice to have. They'll definitely kill a 4-man squad. See, the main advantage is it reloads fast. So there you go, the Formosas They get an Igla hit there. But yeah, this should be very, very easy for the 6C player. Should not be a complicated game. So, the Milan 2 does not one-shot the T-55A. He's not got any smoke, though, so yeah, he's just sort of forced to put up with that. Although, if he just kept going, it would have missed him, actually. So yeah, this is going pretty bad for 15th Polish. I don't really know what you're supposed to do in this case. This guy obviously doesn't want to be, you know, he wants to be attack moved, basically. He would have killed this by now, and so on. The SPG-9s we spoke about, that's obviously a bad idea, but... Okay, I guess he expects him to keep moving. He's still going to lose that fight, right? Because... Yeah, and then this is going to kill him. Interesting. So yeah, the Hunkers didn't get as far as I thought they would, which is really interesting, actually. And yeah, the SPG-9 is going to die. No machine gun teams from either player. They just enjoy having no units, right? If you had one machine gun team here, the crap's not getting in. If you had one here, that's not getting to there. If you had one here, the red would be winning this fight. Well, yeah, whatever. And blue doesn't bring them either, so... You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it by MMG teams. Does red bring them? I did just do the deck review, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I'm not really sure how to play 15th Z mech at all, like there's a reason you don't see it. It's literally just come out and you never see it. Why do you think that is? It's because it's crap. Has this used its smoke? I guess we'll never know. The HMG, it fired the HMG before it died, and the two HMG bullets killed it. So, there you go. So, yeah, this is obviously very bad for red. As you'd expect. I mean, this should be an extremely one-sided game. 15th Z-Mech, I remember when they announced it, there was a bunch of so-called pro players talking about how broken it is and how nobody's ever going to play the other Polish divs anymore. It's weird, none of them play it. I've not seen any of the people who said that play it. It's really strange. I mean, it was such a good div, but... No, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, that. Anyway. So, that was obviously not worth it. I guess once you... Like, maybe you couldn't see that these were here. And, like, this is just completely fucked. Like, you'd expect blue to just walk in here. You've got the Puma Orchid, so you can just go check this out, see what's in there. I'm surprised that there's been no attempt to rush this. But no cheap infantry on the blue side, the way the deck's built. Just no cheap infantry at all. So you're forced to buy these mega expensive units. So you don't really have the ability to just walk something cheap into here, because there isn't anything cheap. Using the plane guns is a good idea. But yeah, if they'd scouted with the Puma, like, there was literally 0 people there, so the Legion would have got in. So this thing, basically, you know, so NATO got, like, the newest Sparrow, and that had 5% more accuracy, thus making it the same as the old Pact Good missile. And then Pact just immediately gets another missile that goes even further. It really is something, man. It's, basically, there are people advising them on these matters who have their own biases, and that comes through. It really does. Anyway, the autocell has been switched off on this. And that's a military police vehicle, so you use it to buff up your reservist tanks, which he hasn't brought, but, you know. So red making some headway here, but can't really... I suppose you've got the plane up now. It's got 40% ECM. Used to be that, like, one plane in the game had 40% ECM, and they nerfed it to 30 because of balance. So MiG-31, does that still have 40%? Like, the Eagle and the MiG-31 both used to have 40%, and then there's another trade there with the machine gun rounds. Crotal is not switched off, it's just it ran out of ammo, so this can't see it. So yeah, the idea with 15th Z-Mech is you kind of just air spam. Like, that's the difference between it and the other Polish divs, is that the air spam's better. but I mean, 4th Polish is still better. 20th Polish is still a lot better. Donkey Kong's kind of severely depreciated now because the whole point was to spam those smoke mortars everywhere, and since the RT rework, the smoke Nebelwerfer, since the RT rework, you can't do that without it getting shot now. So, immediate switch off there, so it doesn't get shot by the seed. And yeah, 6E is actually very vulnerable to being air bullied. Looks like Red's going to take this, actually. Just goes back to the no cheap units problem. Only bring in the best infantry, like, so no... That's why the MMG teams are so useful. Because you can just, like, you wouldn't have a gap here. You would have 2 of them here, and, you know, you wouldn't be pushed out. Obviously, it could still happen over time, the SBWs start shooting you and all this, but... It's just a really easy way to saturate the field. In like a big team game, you don't really need them. So this thing, the rockets are very big. They are 420 Blaze It rockets. So that's a nice piece of kit. The seed, 2 shots, 2 hits against the seed plane. You love to see it. Look, they're next to the CVE, so the accuracy goes up. That's how you know it's legit, legit RNG. So the P4 PC, you'd want to drive this away now, but I guess you can't really leave. So even if you tried to run away, this would kill you. Came down here, the Conkers would shoot you. I mean, it might miss, but... So I suppose this is dead. And that'll stop the tick. So what does Red do from this point on? Blue missed their opportunity to win this game. There was nobody in here. They could have just walked in and took it, but... They didn't have like a single Fab Legion, and they didn't send this over, just check it, see what's there, because this is fast, and, you know, the Crotal, I'm not sure if it was there at the time, but the fighters were up, so you covered from the air, could have just got straight to there. Oh, he's not getting back in here now. I mean, you know, maybe over time, but that's a +2. Wobulator would have won the game, basically. So it just goes to show, you know, recon matters, and, the point about the cheap units is that they allow you to, like, so something like this, 35 points, that, right? And there should be 1 going over here, and 1 going over here. Once the arty starts firing, I suppose that'll start happening. But yeah, in a big team game, basically you're playing on a narrower front, and so you don't need this ability to cover all your angles, because there just aren't as many angles. But you see the, like, look, obviously this is 55 points, but this is leading the way.
I like money. Ricardo Guevara subscribed to the channel.
It's very kind of you, Ricardo. Thank you. So we know about the Crotals because they killed our previous seed plane. So now we're going to fly over those again and die. So yeah, Red needs to take this really. But does he have recon helos? I have forgotten. But it would be good to... Yeah, because if you get mid, then obviously they can't reinforce this so easily anymore, and that's how you push back in this way. On the flip side, like, blue should have a bunch of units in here. I suppose that... There you go. That's the cheap unit, the Eclairs, the Recon Eclairs. It's the only small squad, really. You can get Escort APC on 6 easy. I don't really think it's 100% necessary, because you... you know, you can get the MMG teams to do the same thing. So we got Rezawisi here, and they should kill that crap. But this doesn't actually have a gun on it. But, like, what is blue doing? Like, does this have to be here? Can't it come over and help? Okay, it is. Yeah, just a problem of not enough units. I mean, they're flooding in now, so over time, having expensive units becomes less and less of a problem as the game goes on, because the map becomes more and more saturated with units. So it's just not as big a deal anymore. So yeah, this was played on the latest patch, so we got the RT rework, so having these 1 vet mega RT Toad pieces is not really a good idea, because it can be counter-batteried very easily. So it's better to bring them at no vet. So you've got some replacements, and you can have some on counter battery and so on. Gone are the days where you just buy 1 RT piece and it suits you for the whole game. So yeah, this isn't a great spot because it, you know, you can't get down there anymore. Obviously, you'd want it a little bit further forward so it can actually shoot from its full range. Looks like these haven't really been updated yet. One of them is going the right way, I suppose. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that's your automatic pathing for you. Oh, it's this thing. So is this good now? It's the one off 56Y. Apparently it can kill small jeeps. Seems alright. Not sure I would advise that. So, yeah, I mean, this should be vetted, really. You don't need 9 of those. Oh, that's Warno for you, man. 40% ECM. Drops a bunch on the 20% ECM thing, doesn't die. And then gets 2-shot by these. You'd expect it to lose a 2v1 anyway, but it's just very funny that rocket plane didn't die. So we got smoke coming out, and we're running across the field and so on. Really, like, this is like the hardest way of... I appreciate that you have to put units here in case the enemy pushes this, and then during an attack you might as well send them forwards. It's just, if you took mid, then these wouldn't be able to reinforce, right? So imagine all this was taking mid now, which would be easier to do because there's less there. And then then you push in from this way. I guess just because he didn't have any AA, he was like, oh, I need to kill that. So it's working. I mean, these, there just wasn't a lot of close range stuff here. We're doing the old 2v1 again. This time it worked, right? There's literally no difference there from last time. Actually, no, there is, because the missiles were fired at the rocket plane before, right? Whatever it was. Focusing the AA, very intelligent. Because the AA can kill you, so, you know, should be pretty obvious, really. So, crap. The name is not correct, basically. Are we not going to be maybe moving these back, or do they not know what this is happening? Legionnaire should kill it, it's just that P4PC is going to... What the hell is going on? Huh. The FX on the smoke doesn't quite line up with where the smoke actually is, I guess, or maybe it's just where it is. So yeah, it was a nice idea, it was just very premature in its execution, and, you know, should have focused on taking this, really, first. Because, yeah, you want to reinforce, right, and your reinforcements are still coming down here, and yeah, it's obviously not ideal. That's a Milan 1, but obviously it's obviously better if you don't get shot by that, regardless of what it is. So yeah, more positional fighting, you could call it. But blue has held the line. The CV did eventually die. I guess the bell got it. So, yeah, I mean... Might as well switch that to HE at this point. But yeah, now this has got loads of guys in it, so... Of course, we can see everything, which makes it a lot easier. So... But yeah, generally, you don't want to attack your enemy directly from the front. Do you know what I mean? Like... Yeah. It's not in the right place. So we're continuing to do that. I suppose, I mean, the smoke is there, so... Yeah, well, I mean, why not? Although, I don't know about this. What? Are you leaving the infantry behind and... Okay. But this is just going to get exploded by the... Yes. You're actually driving towards that. What the hell happened to him? Where did half of its HP just suddenly get... Oh, it must have been this fired a burst at it, and that's what it did. So yeah, there goes that Osa. Not too surprising. Might need another mortar at this point. Interesting. Surprised that's not on a counter battery order to maybe deal with this smoke that's giving you so much hassle. So, okay. Finally we get something in here. Shoot down there. Conkers can come around so it can engage the Legion. That could have just reversed and it would have been fine. Because it outranges by quite a lot. Where's this shooting now? The Milan 2. Are these going to... I suppose it's not going for him. Yeah, it's a tough gig. I mean, he's basically doing it in the worst way possible, right? You want to take this, and you take this so you can keep reinforcing this, and then you come across. Being in the open here is very rough. But, once again, not a lot of units here. No padding, right? Couple MG teams. Obviously the smoke is not conducive to that, but... yeah, a couple MG teams... wouldn't make a difference because of the smoke. You got to counter battery the smoke. So this lot, as you can see, the DMR can't fire on either player. And you'd expect the Legionnaires to win, really. Because there's more of them. I mean, they cost more. The LSW is better than the Anfi, the MMG. All DMRs are the same. They're called snipers, but some of them are DMRs and some of them are snipers. Also, that the Mosin has like worse stats. Right? And yeah, these are at 2 vet. Although these have Resolute, which is like half a rank of vet. A lot of it's honestly RNG. The other thing is like target switching. So these two are definitely shooting that one Legionnaires, whereas these two are clearly shooting different targets because they've both got suppressed and losing HP. So. You gotta right-click stuff. Okay, that's one way to solve the problem. Smoking this to stop the Legion from shooting you, that's intelligent behaviour. But yeah, I mean, losing this is a really big issue because the Legion can just shoot down the side. Kill these. Same on this side, so... yeah. Plane made it out. Look at that, Red gets back in. Thus putting him on a +2 once he gets in. Although, what, are these going to be in? Okay, yeah, they got to unload early. The Legion, there was an ATGM in here and it died. Hot 2 got the kill. Strela is too far back. This Panzer Matrosen needs to go kill that, but he's only got 500 meters range, so I'm not really sure about that. And next salvo, there's nothing there. Okay, well, this depends, right? It's on cover, so it's automatically going in there, but... alright. Here comes more Legions. That didn't drop. No visual on target. Yeah, only 500 meters, you see the issue, right? This was too far back to do anything. If it was a little bit further forwards, it'd be killing these, but... this guy's still alive as well. It's going for the... yeah. Oh, peeled it off too quickly. If they'd waited longer, because if you... so, it's guided, right? But if it does an arc and then it takes a level path, so arc, level path, target. And so if you curl it off in the arc, it stops tracking and then it just, you know... whereas if you wait till it's on the level and then you curl it off, yeah, it loses the tracking, but keeps going. So that LGBT, I mean, it... because they only get 2 of those. And, you know, it wouldn't have been worth it anyway, but... it's the issue with the LGBTs. They should just all be 2 per card, and if it's OP, just make it cost loads. But, yeah, I mean, Red's really bleeding out for this. It's, like I said, it's just a hilariously one-sided map. If Red was on the other side, right... he'd get, you know, he'd be here, and then he'd get this, and then he'd push up to here, and then he could cross over. But here, it's like, here's your big open field. Lamau get fucked, so... just Vertigo problems. That's why I don't like it. Don't know what that house did to him. Yeah. So, +2, but it's not long for this Earth. Although, yeah, so we need to get this stopped. Just press stop on it. Get this smoke in that, because it's going to run out of grenades soon. Oh, there's another one. Here you go, second time lucky. Yeah, this isn't very good against vehicles. Just for whatever reason, just doesn't kill them. I've noticed that a lot, playing 6EU when it came out. I was always buying one of those at the start and trying to use it to snipe forward deployment on the road, and it just wouldn't kill it. There you go, finally some counter battery, after 21, 22 minutes. So yes, good to see some counter battery. B4 PC's back in. I wonder if this will run the gauntlet. I mean, it could kill it easily, just because you know where it is because of that. Yeah, here we go. Order's been given. Here we go. Should get it. There's nothing in it to stop it, so. Okay. So he peeled it off to save the bombs because it had died to this, and I mean, this is obviously dead now. Yeah, that's what it's all about, this, man. You gotta get this and then get mid. And then the enemy can't reinforce this, and then you come take it. You do not smack your head against the wall for 40 minutes, but easier said than done, right? You gotta have a lot of restraint to do that. So Blue's just gonna get that back in there and just keep sitting here, right? What do they call it? Sawyer. Sits on your arse. And Red needs to, like, okay, so my enemy's prepared a defensive position. How do I deal with that? I will attack it from the front over and over for 40 minutes. Okay, I mean, when you say it like that, does it strike you as a good idea? No? Why not? That did eventually go down. And, like, this is a good position for Wobulator. You would expect eventually for Wobulator to, you know, because once you're here, then you push this way. But the plan so far is to lane brain from both players. And this is a relatively high level game. If you look at the ranks, I think they're both in the top 100. So we're going to maybe move this guy up, or, you know, with the SVDs and all this, or it's just a 4-man team gonna... I guess you were waiting for that, but... Okay, now we're gonna move on. Maybe we could get an Osa here at some point. So yeah, this is a 50 cal. The KPVT is better, it's like 14. So now these won't shoot at that Legionnaire's flank because it's too close. But they will shoot at the Legionnaire's apparatus. And yeah, there's just not a lot here. I would be unloading that. If this guy gets in that building, you've had it. What the fuck? Well, there goes one. Yeah, tough gig, Vertigo. I checked it, right? So, you're supposed to get an equal chance of getting every map. As you know, Vertigo is my least favourite map in rotation. Creeder was obviously worse, but it's gone. I mean, it's not in rotation. And this season, I've played Vertigo more than any other map in Rect. I just always seem to get it. That's like statistically, it's not just in my head. I looked it up. And it was the case. It was by quite some margin. For whatever reason, I just keep getting Vertigo. Yeah, weird. So yeah, as you can see, those Rocket 2s really are useless against vehicles. They're really only for infantry. And there you go, Blue did a bit of feeding, and now it's back to sitting there, and Red will run into him, and round and round we go. Don't worry though, in 14 minutes they'll run out of time. Oh, there you go, that's it's like not spending my income for 3 minutes moment. Well, that's 80, so it's 2 minutes, right? 80, 60, 240, 480. 65, no, that's 90. How am I talking? That's 90. 90, 180, 270. So that's, yeah, it's 3 minutes income. Or it's more than 2 minutes income. So, going for the AA? Never mind, I guess couldn't see it. So yeah, this is obviously not the sort of thing you want to buy. You want more tanks and stuff, but as you recall from the deck review, there aren't many tanks, so not many tanks in this deck. Could use like a minstrel maybe for close range, so it's not just the Crotals back here. This has run out of ammo. You'll notice like how few units there are on the map. At this stage in the game, usually there's more. And it's just because of the way this deck's built, and you know, red just constantly sort of running in and dying, which, I mean, I appreciate you do have to attack if you want to win. So yeah, the main advantage, there you go, the Osas showed up. They're like the Crotals, but better. So look at the ranges. Right, Crotal's cheaper. Range is higher on the Osa. Carries more bullets, which is very important. Alright. Alright. So yeah, we got another smoke push, although this time, this Legionnaire's only composition is actually very good against this. Because this is just infantry. Infantry at close range, well the Legionnaires are going to win. By a lot, so... Yeah, it's really something, man. I mean, this is a high-level game. Look what it's devolved into. No flanking, no nothing. Like, no attempt to, you know, 6E should really be, you know, get tanks to here. Try and take this, maybe even, you know, get this guy forwards. I suppose that this guy will shoot him, so it's like he might have already tried that actually. Like, yeah, getting around to here is great because then you can attack this way, but there's no time for it because the next wave of trash has hit the just kill all your own units moment. Like, what the fuck? So much here as well. I just aimed at the wrong place. Yeah, Gazelle cannon around the side. That's the sort of thing 6E should be doing. And there should be BRDM2s going around the sides, getting these RT pieces and so on, so... It's good, at least it breaks it up a little bit, right? That's why you bring it at 2, but it would have killed it. It would have. I mean, obviously it still had a very small chance of not killing it, but... As you can see, these at no better shit, and you just shouldn't bring them. It's a nice idea, though. So, yeah, this is really high-level gameplay, this. Playing against 6E is always such a pain in the ass. Well, look at that high-level gameplay, though. But, hey, if the game ends right now, it'll be a draw. It'll be a draw if they get... Like, and then, like, why isn't this going over here, maybe, you know? Like, there's more to life than just driving into this little corner. Right, you could have come back here and come in this way. And you've got a spare anyway, so... Oh, but the CV didn't cap the zone. These Crotals... Well, that's the first time we've seen them not just go 1-2 dead. Like, so, you know, the last 3 planes that came this way, it's just dum-dum dead, dum-dum dead. And sadly, that cluster, I mean, that obviously would have been great right now, wouldn't it? But, c'est la vie. Still got 10 minutes left. But yeah, 15th ZMech doesn't scale at all. 6E doesn't scale too well, but the idea is you just get more and more of these out, but... They're at 2 vet and there's only 2 cards of them, so that's not going to be happening. Big mistake in the draft. So here we go again. Maybe bring up a Crotal and put it here and another one here, right? They missed again. Yeah, wouldn't that be an excellent idea? So the Eclairs are in here, and you own this, you own this. So why are these Crotals here? Why aren't they here and here on the rear sides? Right, they can still shoot. And this guy's dead now. And then they would fire 2 rounds each instead of 1 round each. Yeah. And then the French player not bringing the mortars, even though they do a lot. So here come the seeds. These seeds are kind of bad, but it's 1 hit, 2nd hit, and those are 45% accuracy seed missiles. So you can do the maths there. It's 0.45 times by 0.45 times by 100. I had a 20% chance of happening, so that's not actually that low. It's not actually that low. um, yeah, now what? Now I speed up because nothing's happening, as is my right to do so. So this one's going the distance, and it looks like, oh wow, this is inspired gameplay. He's going to smoke it again. Those are fires. He's going to smoke it and run forwards again. And his opponent presumably is just going to chuck a bunch more shit in here and hope they can stay there for long enough. Now we get the 3 supply truck. Oh wait, no, something is happening. Something is happening. So, rocket planes come out. Got 1 Legionnaires. This really needs to chase that. Hello? What? Why are you on a fool's errand to kill this? You could have got both fighters. And now you got none of them. Your greed. Your avarice. You could have got 2 planes there, but you wanted the 3rd, and you got 0. Let that be a lesson to you. Greed equals feed, as they say. So there needs to be a Crotal here, right? For obvious reasons. I suppose that's it. You can use the Gazelle Celtics. You need all 3, really, for it to do anything. Yeah, the Eclairs, they're in a good spot. They're going to kill this. There he goes. And so, Blue's coming in. Does Blue have any seat? I suppose this is still here. Rocket planes. Yeah, this is what you'd like to see. Like, you've cut the reinforcements, and now you can attack this. Because they can't reinforce. He can't reinforce. Finally, I'm really surprised it took 35 minutes to see an attack helicopter from Red. I sort of assumed he didn't have any, but obviously in the deck review, yes, we remember these. Yeah, you need the AA, really, in case something were to happen. So the Crotals, for example, they're not doing much. And, you know, the Crotal one should be here, and you move the other one over. This one was purchased for that, and now it's all the way back there. And, you know, I mean, these have like 50 cows on them. Compare it to, like, the Vab. We got any Vabs left, or have they all just been sent to die in various strange ways? So there's the triple Gazelle Celtic. That solves problems. There they go. So are we gonna see any smoking from these, or just we're just gonna slowly attack, move our way in, or just not give any order and just sit there? That's not a time sensitive issue. No, apparently not. This is not in a great spot. Right, it's caught out in the open. See what I mean? Does literally nothing to vehicles. I don't know what it is about this rocket. 100mm rocket does literally nothing to vehicles. Look at that. It was on less than 1 HP before, it's on less than 1 HP now. This is the part where it just one-shots the MX-10RC. Oh, here we go. But will it get in? That's absolutely hilarious. If they hadn't tried to dodge it, they would have got in and it would have neutralized and then immediately be recapped by this, so I guess it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. I thought that wasn't there, I assumed it was up here. So here we go, next step. But then Red can push this way. Are there any CVs here, though? There are not. Here comes some CVs. So yeah, you gotta save your planes. In these late game engagements, you gotta save them to snipe CVs, basically. Like, look at this cluster flying over and getting tagged. No, you needed that for this. You needed that for this. Now you've been hit by a minstrel, and now this is getting in. These late game decisions can just cost you the game on such a small decision, right? Right, this is gonna get in there now, and this ain't gonna live very long. And I'm pretty sure that was Red's last CV, so... And it was the same before, right? It was like before here, a bomber came in, killed something, and then the CV came in. Yeah, it's easy to say and hard to do, really. It's very, very hard to save your planes for a future that might never come. Because you know, you need them in the moment and all this. So that's a +1 to blue. With how much time left? 1 minute. Although I'm pretty sure at least one of these is getting in. And that's not got any bullets. And this is smoked off, so... Yeah, the triple BWP1 strat. It's good showing from red, especially given the... Okay, so that was like a preemptive... I mean, yeah, at this stage in the game, I think it makes sense to do that. You got 1 minute. If there was somebody there, you would lose, so... What is happening here? Oh, they're getting stuck on the wrecks on the road from the previous 10 attempts at this strategy. And there you go, that will put blue on a -1 until this dies, and this ain't gonna die because there's not enough infantry here. Although, never mind. So it's even again, and that's game. That's game. There's no way this can get over there in time. So yeah, it was pretty funny. It's a pretty funny game. Really good showing from 15th ZMech, which honestly is a sucky div. So the fact that they got a draw out of that on the bad side of Vertigo. Look at that KD. So here's Wobulator, rank 175. And this is Jopemies, rank 101. Or Jopemies, I think it is. Yeah, it was a pretty funny game. Vertigo is such a crap map. If they added those zones, it would help, but it would still be one-sided. It would just be less. It would matter less, because you could play down the other lane, where it's not as one-sided as it is on the current lane brain. Lots of friendly fire here. Lots of red on red. Anyway, I'll see you around. GG.